Welcome everyone to the full moon gathering for May 2023, immersing ourselves in sound. Such reciprocity is the very structure of perception. We experience the sensuous world only by rendering ourselves vulnerable to that world. Sensory perception is this ongoing interweavement. The terrain enters into us only to the extent that we allow ourselves to be taken up within that terrain. David Abram, Becoming Animal. Welcome to our time together and welcome to the home of the full moon gatherings. It is my pleasure to offer this deeply immersive experience of community each full moon. My name is Abby and I'm one of the team at Tree Sisters, and I really want to invite you into this sacred sanctuary of togetherness for the next hour as we honor the full moon coming up on Friday and the lunar eclipse. So it's all happening. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, we find ourselves surrounded by this promise of new life and the fecund bursting through just past Festival of Beltane. And in the Southern Hemisphere, life is falling away, ready to enter into the dark time. But for the next hour, wherever we're joining from, we get to share time under the light of the full moon, to pause and to reflect together. So why is it important to gather like this? Why do we come together each month? Really, these gatherings are about making contact with ourselves, with each other, and all of life. Reminding us of what is important, this restoration of ecological intimacy. We come together to value the self-organizing intelligence of the body and to connect with our senses and remember our elemental nature. So whatever your personal reason for being here, it's a perfect reason and you're really welcome. There is absolutely a seat in this circle for you. So the vision for Tree Sisters has always been to reinstate a culture of reciprocity so that we're making it as normal to give back as it currently is to take. We more deeply embed ourselves in the whole. And so these calls are free if you need them to be, and they're also an invitation to give back. So I'd love to invite everyone here to give back to the trees. And if you're not already a monthly donor, to perhaps consider signing up to become one. It's appreciated. The trees know of your generosity. So this series of gatherings is focused on slowing everything down and reconnecting with our senses, the way in which we access and experience the world. And my intention with this series is that we find an ever deepening experience of our own belonging. And we will do this by slowing down each moment of experience, inviting awareness back into the living landscape of the body. And today we're continuing this 6-month journey with the sense of hearing and an exploration of sound. So before I share any more about what will happen on the call and how it works, I would love to hear from some of you and why you have joined the call today and where you are in the world. If you'd like to just come and bring your name, what drew you here, and where you are, particularly if this is your first time joining us, then you're really welcome. Jenny, there's a huge calmness. Thank you. You're very welcome. Love coming back to the senses. Sam here for the respite from the Eastern US. Jenny in London. Claire in Oxfordshire, welcome. Tina in Bognor Regis, Olivia marrying sensuality and nature. Beautiful. Welcome, Karen. This is your first time. You're in Bristol, in the UK. Nicole and Alex in Manchester, wanting to connect with sisters and the moon. Anka in Germany. Faye in Cornwall. Enjoyed last month's call, so I had to make sure to be on this one. Oh, really welcome. Kathleen, Sebastopol in California, here for the connection. Emma in Brighton, here for connection and deep rest. Ooh, moving fast. Simone, living in Sweden, glad to join this sisterhood. Rashmi in Manchester, the calming space and good to connect. Emma, your first time here, welcome, here for connection and space. Mary, Redwood Forest, Northern California. Joanne, spring rain, things blossoming. Chloe, welcome, Netherlands. Anita, the second time here. Yes, eclipses as well. Yes, so this full moon, hopefully we have this call before the full moon on Thursday, Friday, depending where you are, and will prepare us and lay a calm ground for the eclipse. Kaz in New Zealand. Glenys also in New Zealand, deep rest. Judith looking for some stilling time. Wendy, first time here from Colorado. Welcome, Wendy. And Priscilla in West Texas. Wow, so we're really covering some ground. Yes, so really, really welcome, and really welcoming all your intentions for deep rest and connection. And I hope we can meet that together. Rosemary, Vancouver Island, welcome. So thank you everyone for being here. So I'm just going to say a little bit more about what's going to happen and how these calls work, particularly if this is your first time here. Rachel, this is your first time in Leeds. Really need to slow down and connect after a hectic day at work. Yes, welcome. So in a moment, there'll be an invitation to settle into yourself, to just find some comfort and safety for your body in this physical environment that you're in right now. And then we're going to take a journey together, a journey into sound. And at various points, I'm going to give specific invitations for you to come and share anything that you're noticing in the chat box. And these invitations are just simply for sharing what's waking up through your body. So there's nothing that you can get wrong. Just trust what emerges, and just without bringing yourself out of the depth of the meditation, just come and write in the chat box, bring yourself back. And your participation here it's really welcome in whatever way feels good for you. So if it feels available, I would love to have your voice in the chat. And if you're new to these calls, it's these sharings that everybody brings into the chat that form our co-created community offering that we will be offering up to the senses. And yeah, if it feels the most important thing is that you're taking care of yourselves within this practice. And it may be that listening and sound and hearing feels more available to you to access through your imagination. And this is perfect as well. So you're welcome to move your body in any way that helps you access felt sensations. If it supports you to tune into your unique experience, then please do move, dance, sway, or simply rest and receive, finding whatever works best for you. Okay, let's just take a breath as we land with all of the logistical information and beginning to feel the circle forming around us. Now I'm going to invite us to settle, to land in ourselves, recognizing and remembering that we're arriving here together in our whole messy and beautiful complex selves. There isn't any need to be a particular way. So however you are, calm and peaceful, frazzled from work, in the middle of cooking dinner, making lunch, driving, whatever you're with in this moment, it's absolutely welcome. And recognizing as well that as we enter the felt sense of the body, we might come close to ourselves in a particular way that touches into sensitive parts and vulnerability. So all range of emotions is welcome here. Your joy, your tenderness, your grief, your anger. But if at any point anything feels too much or overwhelming, then I want to invite you to find a way to come back to just noticing the ground underneath you, feeling for the bony structures of your body, so that you can return into this moment. So let's begin by simply noticing that you're here in a body, and this body right now is full of sensations and wisdom. We're just allowing these sensations to be, offering yourself validation for your own experience as it is in this moment. And bringing some attention now to your heart, to your belly, to your feet. And perhaps noticing the place where your body is meeting the body of the earth. This sweet place of contact of bodies. Feeling how the earth holds you towards her at all times. And perhaps you want to invite a sense of deepening this connection even more by growing your roots down into the earth, making deep, intertwining, interweaving contact. And perhaps noticing the possibility that in this underground world, there are also the roots of others that are gathered here in circle. And as you gently open your awareness to include the shared space of all of us through this entanglement of our roots, through the planet, we're joined in this exploration today. Maybe also expanding your awareness wider still to include the bigger relational web of life, feeling how it contains us, how it meets us, how it loves us just as we are. Then really softly bringing your attention back to yourself, back into this moment. Noticing your breath. Notice the movement of air in and out of your body. Just checking in where you might locate your center to be. Drawing out that awareness also to your edges. Notice how you can bring your awareness between the center and your edges and your center, between what's above and what's below, earth and sky. And there's nothing to do here but just to simply take a breath in this moment. Over the last few months, we have been immersing ourselves in the sensory and metaphorical life of this planet. Trees and clouds, rocks and stars, and the dirt of the forest floor. And throughout this series, the invitation is to come closer to our immediate environments, our present moment experiences. Feeling how many of us now are in our homes or maybe a similar environment that's enabling us to gather online in this way. We're going to begin our exploration of sound within the actual physical spaces that we're in. And this is to bring us together, just like the forest, our own individual trees gathering into a whole forest of environments, creating our own diverse and amazing ecosystem. So simply beginning by noticing how you're experiencing this moment through all of your senses. Just a fleeting check-in with what you can see where you are. And if you have your eyes closed, that might simply be the kind of light that's coming in through your eyelids. Or you may want to blink your eyes open and take a look around. Noticing as well what you're touching and what is touching you. And whether you're present to any smells or tastes in this moment. So simply noticing and then bringing your attention more specifically to your ears. And you may want to make contact with your hands to massage or hold your ears. Just pausing for a moment to really marvel at the wonder of our ears. These spaces that connect the inner world with the outer world. Place that receives information that helps us make sense, helps us find our place, helps us to locate ourselves in space, interpreting and perceiving. In some ways, making magic through the sides of our heads, offering us this interface with the natural world around us. And in a world of so much noise, we might begin to feel into where our auditory attention gets taken, and also where we might deliberately choose to place it. So just noticing in the space that you're in now, beginning to listen to the sounds that are around you. Perhaps there's other people in your living space, or cars outside, trees swaying, the kettle boiling, birds singing, sound of food cooking, computers whirring, whatever it might be alongside my voice. Noticing how there's layers and layers of sound. And as you begin to tune in to what you can hear, I want to invite you to come and list the sounds that are present with you in the chat. Simply, what can you hear right now in the space that you're in? Coming and sharing your personal soundscape, anything that you're aware of, and bringing yourself back into your space. And just beginning to feel into those sounds and recalling how it was to hear the sounds of nature, or perhaps sounds of machinery or technology, feeling how they were perhaps different experiences with these different frequencies or vibrations land differently in your felt sense. So I'm going to be silent in a moment and just invite you to take a breath and deepen into listening. So going a layer deeper from hearing and sinking into intentional listening, becoming ever more present to the layers of sounds around you in this moment. Noticing the sounds that are close up and letting your listening expand out to more distant sounds. I'm just going to drop into silence for 1 minute. And what happened for you in that moment? My voice dropped away as one of the dominant sounds. Was it really silence? What came in to fill that silence? Finding any words that come close to describing what you experience and bringing those words to share in the chat. And then dropping inside again. But this time into your internal landscape. As you take a breath and fully inhabit yourself, there is an invitation to notice the sounds from your own body. The sounds of the rise and fall of the breath. Sounds from your belly, bones, or perhaps the movement of clothing over your body. And then feeling for your capacity to move your attention between the sounds outside of you and the sound inside of you. The sounds in the distance and the sounds much closer. And noticing the sensations in your body as you experience this whole soundscape. What do you notice? Come and share in the chat any sensations. From this experience of deep awareness, the whole soundscape. What happens in your body and breath? Now consciously seeking a natural, pleasing sound within this broad soundscape, maybe internal or external. Inviting all of your hearing attention to land with this sound. Again, dropping beneath hearing the sound into listening. And notice if you're tense in listening and trying. And practice just softening with an exhale. Letting the sound come and arrive with you. And bringing your attention to this one specific thread. Pleasurable sound. Letting it fill you. Noticing any sensations that arise, any images or memories. And as you become more fully immersed in this thread of sound, to whatever degree feels possible, what is that like? And just considering completing this sentence, this sound is evocative of. The sound I'm tuning into is evocative of. And coming and sharing in the chat. This thread of sound I'm immersed in is evocative of. And as you invite this pleasing sound to expand and wrap around you, to hold you and soften you, listening ever more closely to reveal that even within one sound, there are many layers of complexity. Dropping your attention even deeper. Be present with these vibrations. Again, letting images, sensations, or emotions arise as they might. We deepen into this new intimacy with the many faces of this sound. And feeling now that if this sound had words and could speak, what might this sound be offering to you? And coming and sharing in the chat. If this sound had words, what words might it be speaking to you? And then again, returning into your own space. Letting this multi-layered soundscape soften into the background of your attention. And notice how gently you can go as you come back into yourself, finding a warm place to rest in your space now, appreciating the power of your attention, of your hearing and listening. And just noticing how you're experiencing yourself, having attuned so intentionally for these moments to the sense of hearing. And now there is nothing more to do, simply rest back and receive this co-created weave of our collective soundscapes in the form of this poem, simply hearing all of our words now carried through my voice. So I'm going to turn off the chat now and just invite you to sink back and receive this collective soundscape. Hummingbird wings, bird song, bird song, birds singing, cars rushing, the swirling sound of the robin's song, hummingbird wings, crows, furnace, cars. Lots of bird song, different birds, and in the distance sounds of cars. Lentil soup cooking. Lentil soup cooking, the swirling sound of the robin's song, bird song, blackbird's evening song, Lego bricks building, Lego bricks building, strong winds, rooster crow, Blackbird's evening song, chirping, horses, water pouring, wind, neighbours doing chores, neighbours chatting, dogs barking, cars driving past, lentil soup cooking, hummingbird wings. Mostly quiet in my room. It's nice. Lego bricks building. The sound of furnace taking chill out of the stormy spring air. Birds, waterfall drops. My breath slowly filling my body and releasing into the space around me. Mostly quiet in my room. It's nice. Birds, waterfall drops, the east wind, my daughter chatting, bird song, the humming radiator, cars driving on a busy highway, the east wind, my daughter chatting, bird song, the humming radiator, hummingbird wings, birds, waterfall drops, husband tidying up in the kitchen and birds singing, clock ticking, a clock ticking, gentle rhythm of my breath and a hum, birds, waterfall drops, nightjar, television in the distance, blackbird and robin and the wind in the hazel tree, humming ventilation, my own breathing, my heartbeat, clock ticking, gentle rhythm of my breath and a hum, crackling in the ever settling corners of the house, crackling in the ever settling corners of the house, nightjar, television in the distance, very silent, occasional evening bird songs, very far away and silent, someone working with a machine, tummy rumbling chatter of a squirrel. I hear peace, rest, water rushing, plants moving, birds sweeping, tummy rumbling, crackling in the ever settling corners of the house. A neighbour opening a hallway door. Chatter of a squirrel, the joints of my body and chair creaking with every subtle movement. Barely audible breath between long sighs. A gentle rain on my Sonoma County home, followed by complete silence. A silence that reaches to my bones, a silence that I can hear. The hum of the heater next to me. I hear peace, rest, water, rushing, plants moving, birds sweeping, birds, waterfall drops, clock ticking, humming, ventilation, my own breathing, my heartbeat, Lego bricks building, mostly quiet in my room, nice. Muffled voices and creaky floorboards, birds tweeting. Muffled voices and creaky floorboards, birds tweeting, brain chatter. Distant sounds of cars on highway, but distant. Distant sounds of cars on highway, but distant. The hum of the heater next to me. Brain chatter, silence, mind wandering. So hum, the planet's turning. Just more aware of different layers of sound around. Silence, mind wandering, brain chatter. Spaciousness amidst the whirling sounds around me. Wonderful wilderness. Wonderful wilderness. The sigh of my own breath. the birds singing, bringing joy to the urban, the gurgling of water traveling from my mouth to my belly, the emptiness of aloneness, and the wild, wild wind. So hum, the planets turning home. The birds singing, bringing joy to the urban, the sigh of my own breath, wonderful wilderness, sound of a water pump, the light touch on the keyboard thrumming with every letter tap. I heard myself, my stomach, breath, a little old anxiety knocking at my door in the space between. I welcome it with a hug. It also can be there. Deep relaxation. Deep relaxation, the coo of the wood pigeons as I imagined them in their nest. A tingling sensation in my ears around my head. Symphony, symphony. I heard myself, my stomach, breath, a little old anxiety knocking at my door in the space between. I welcome it with a hug. It also can be there. Symphony. Deep relaxation. The pulsing rhythm of my body. The pulsing rhythm of my body. Calm and peace. Slight overwhelm. Fulsomeness. Deep relaxation. Slight overwhelm. Calm and peace. Tingling sensation in my ears around my head. The pulsing rhythm of my body. So grateful for the quiet today. So grateful for the quiet today, calm, present. The ache in my neck, the ache in my thumb, the numbness of my leg. Oscillating between the inner and outer worlds. Slight overwhelm, calm presence, calm and peace. So lovely when the inner voice is quietened. So grateful for the gift of you, softening defensiveness. My ears are ringing though, probably from the busy morning before this. Now I'm glad for the quiet time. So lovely when the inner voice is quietened. Oscillating between the inner and outer worlds. Softening defensiveness, listening intently on the silent breaks. The ache in my neck, the ache in my thumb, the numbness of my legs. Love. Love and care, renouncing our madness. Pounding heart as my spouse yells obscenities. Soul massage. Love and care, renouncing our madness. Love. Life. Falling asleep. Waterfalls. You can let go. You can let go. Wind in the trees. Exploring my capacity for laziness, much needed. Wind in the trees, like ocean waves coming and going. Like ocean waves coming and going. The wonder of life. Peace. Some deep soul sounds only experienced as a bodily vibration, inaudible. The wonder of life, peace, trust. It is okay to slow down. self-care. You can let go, just be some deep soul sounds, only experienced as a bodily vibration. I am growing and learning. There is no rush. There is no rush. Let it be. Trust it is okay to slow down. I am growing and learning. Buzz of tinnitus. It's okay to simply be. Let it be. Self-compassion. I am held. Springtime. There is no rush. Surrender to your utter unknowing. Trust. There is always beauty in the chaos. Now it's about time to get ready for the night. The day is ending soon. Not to worry. Let go. Magic, harmony, joyful community, trust. Let go. Love holding me, holding all. Love holding me, holding all. It says become laziness. Silence says keep listening or resisting the temptation to fill the void with some noise of action. Everything will pass. Unraveling, a blessing. Magic, harmony, joyful community, trust. Renouncing our madness, love. Listening intently on the silent break. The rise and fall of my breathing reminding me I am alive in this present moment. So lovely when the inner voice is quietened. I am alive in this present moment, the numbness of my legs, slight overwhelm, calm and peace, pulsing rhythm, symphony, distant sounds of cars on highway, brain chatter, so hum. The planets are turning, om. Different layers of sound around blackbird and robin, nightjar, tummy rumbling, blackbird's evening song, rooster crow, Lego bricks, furnace, lentil soup, bird song, hummingbird wings, neighbours chatting, dogs barking, tummy rumbling, muffled voices, brain chatter, silence, silence, hum, barely audible breath between long sighs, spaciousness, whirling birds tweeting, gurgling of water travelling from my mouth to my belly, birds singing, bringing joy to the urban, wonderful wilderness, symphony, symphony, calm and peace, wholesomeness, waterfalls, a soul massage, pounding heart, wind in the trees, like ocean waves coming and going, like ocean waves coming and going. Let it be, there's no rush. Self-care, just be. It's okay to simply be. Springtime, springtime, hummingbird wings, blackbird evening song. Surrender to your utter unknowing, falling asleep, falling asleep. Waterfalls, wind in the trees, pulsing rhythm of my body. I heard myself. I heard myself. Coo of the wood pigeon, tingling sensation, love, life. You can let go. There is no rush. There is no rush. I am growing and learning. Let it be. Simply be. I am held. Not to worry. Magic. Harmony. Joyful community. Everything will pass. Trust. Trust. It's about time to get ready for the night. The day is ending soon. Unraveling. Unraveling. A blessing. Love. Holding me. Holding all. Wind in the trees. The wonder of life. Peace. You can let go like ocean waves coming and going. Waterfalls. Renouncing our madness. Rise and fall of my breathing, reminding me I am alive in this present moment, oscillating between the inner and outer world. The sigh of my own breath, the planets turning, silence, the hum, chatter of a squirrel, a clock ticking, night jar, blackbird and robin, gentle rhythm of my breath, love, calm and peace, grateful. I am alive, softening, love, waterfalls. You can let go, going deeper into the quiet, going deeper into the quiet. Just letting those beautiful words land with you, feeling the resonance of those sounds, the sounds of those words, the images they evoke. And very, very gently inviting yourself back into the space that you're in. Maybe bringing a little movement into the body, taking a yawn or a stretch. And just reflecting on how it was to hear your words amongst everybody's words. How it was to share and to listen in this different way, this refined hearing that we cultivated together. Yeah, how was it to receive the poem as a whole? Just checking in with yourself where you find yourself now. And if there's anything that needs to be spoken to support the integration of this experience, come back and land in our togetherness in circle. I want to invite you to bring that anything that needs speaking into the chat. And just hear each other's words one more time. We bring this shared gathering towards a close. Priscilla is a beautiful blessing. Chloe, hearing my own words back brings a deepened awareness of self. I enjoyed hearing all the words. Priscilla, your voice is most comforting. Thank you, Priscilla. Very kind of you. Caroline, amazing how quiet the silence can be when we are hearing and sharing so many sounds. In a space that seems empty of sound, in nothing we can hear everything. Beautiful observation. Thank you, Caroline. Let it be magic. Oh, things moving quickly now. Bethany, I feel awe at the beauty of this shared experience of sound. Rashmi, like a beautiful tapestry of the soul. I feel so touched. A lovely way to express it. Claire, a beautiful unfolding. Tina, comforting. Faye, deep gratefulness. Shauna, deeper stillness inside myself now. Me too. Rosemary, thank you all. The wonderful weaving of our energy. Yes, felt very. Jay Murphy, I chose not to type but to bathe in others' words was so freeing, and stillness rode in waves over me. Beautiful. Simone, felt like a network of golden light and sound connecting us all over the globe, so held in togetherness. A beautiful poem. It was a very evocative poem. Oh, thank you, Mary. It's kind. Joanne, gentle, calm inner waters of my body, resting in fullness and completeness. Good, good. Wanting this experience to feel complete before we close together. Colleen, deeply touched at the weaving of thoughts. Simone, thank you for the energy. Appreciate your gentle voice sharing beautiful images of others' words. There was a real weaving, such a weaving of images and times and space and land. You felt that with that, yeah. Wonderful weave. If you need help, reach out, it's there. Lovely observation, Hilary, thank you. Let's see, such a rich collaboration. Emma, thinking about our roots below and our experience above in sound. I love that image. Yeah, connected through our roots and now connected through our sounds as well. Judith, we are all one. Yes, absolutely. So thank you everyone for being here and enriching my experience and everybody's experience. And I really, I want to invite you to spend some time over this next month really listening, really paying a kind of deep, slow attention to the sounds, or the silence around you, and what you can hear. And to just, to really come into relationship with sound and with this ability to listen in this immersive way. Just bringing your whole being present to sounds and just, notice, enjoy. So we're coming to a close now, and thanks to Melanie for their support today, for holding things, tech and being behind the scenes. And yeah, many blessings for this full moon on Friday and this lunar eclipse season. I hope the stillness and the collectiveness of our voices can hold us through the whatever bigness the moon has for us this month. And next month in June, we will continue this series of gatherings, exploring touch and feeling. So I really look forward to gathering again next month, deepening further into our wise, beautiful sensory bodies. Thank you so much for being with us today, and blessings to you all. Thank you.